Kris, sloppy first two periods there, but you guys come out in the third period. You put up, I believe it was like 5 goals. Take us in the intermission there and what you said to the team that maybe changed things up.
We weren't skating the first two periods. A lot of credit to Detroit. They're a good team. They've been playing really well. They're fast. Their transition's really good, but we weren't. We're just standing watching. I think we had ill-advised pinching, and forwards weren't reloading, and the amount of odd man rushes we gave up were probably all the month of January all combined, all in one period. So we got a little bit better at that, and obviously the goal scoring was there tonight, but the defensive details need to be better.
Yeah, and Connor McDavid putting up 6 assists in a game here. A lot has been said about Connor throughout his career, but what are your thoughts on his performance tonight?
Well, I think his stat sheet says it all. 6 assists, 6 plus 6, no power play time, and he was skating. He was one of the few guys that was skating for a full 60 minutes, and the plays that he made tonight were pretty phenomenal. And if he's not on top of our game, we're probably not winning that one.
David described that second period, and he almost had this look of disgust on his face. When your team can adjust like that and feel frustrated at themselves and make that big an adjustment, how good a sign is that?
It's nice that we've seen that our team's a very composed, mature team. When things aren't going well, we've been able to get back to the way we're playing. We don't get completely fall apart. And, I wish, as a coach, sometimes you wish we didn't have so much composure and we were able to have a little more intensity and not have to rely on, okay, it's not going well, let's now turn it up. But I like how we handle ourselves when things aren't going well. And, looks like we've got the game under control a couple times during the game. And the Red Wings come back and have a good push. And, I think a lot of times we're like, let it all fall apart. We never gave up the lead a couple times, but we never were trailing. So we need a better effort all the time.
What did you see out of Dylan Holloway that made you think maybe a little bit of a different opportunity might unlock something tonight specifically?
We just wanted to change up the way the lines were going, and I think a little bit of giving up the odd man rushes, having a little more speed on the Draisaitl line. Fresh young legs, he should be able to do that, and and maybe a little more steady presence with Perry being with McLeod's line. So I think that's what we're kind of thinking, and we just needed to do something because after the second period, we needed to change the scenario.
Just to touch on that, Kris, you haven't been one to kind of switch your lines very much. Was that a way to get your players' attention tonight? Doing that late in the second period into the third after kind of a slop.
I think it was more tactical rather than getting their attention. It wasn't working. We need to change something.
What do you think, like coming out of the break, over these last 4 games of your penalty kill? What have you seen there? What have you liked? What haven't you liked?
I know the first, there's been some good things. I think some details that we've been missing. I think the break, a lot of things, part of our game, it was good for us. And 5-on-5, I think we needed the rest. I think going into the break, we were kind of limping in. And I think we came back, played very well for the most part on that road trip. But one thing I think that we took a step back was the penalty kill and some of the details. But it's such a short period of time on, if amount of goals go in and whether the save's been made or whatever. So, if it's a longer stretch of time and we're still putting goals in, then we need to address that.
You had a lot of games this year that were kind of so through 40 minutes, and in the third period, you guys sort of really impose your will on the other team, like the goals for and against. Sort of, what happens with this group at that time? Does it just come from within, or what is it with these guys that they're able to do that?
Well, if there's a period that you want to be strong, it's the third period. It's we're saving our best, but also it's tougher to come from behind and if you're giving up that first goal. And we've been able to do it many times, but as the season goes on, things are going to get closer checking. It's going to be harder to score goals. We're going to not be as fortunate. You know, tonight we obviously had the first goal, but, you know, something we need to get better at is our first period starts.
Poor Cody Ceci gets a goal and an assist, and it's overshadowed by Connor McDavid's 6-point night. But you got to feel good for a blue-collar guy like that who kind of finally gets paid off.
Yeah, no, Cody's been doing a lot of good things, and nice to see him get rewarded on the stat sheet. And, you know, that's not his thing. It's, you know, he takes a lot of pride in his defensive play and the penalty kill and, you know, making a good first pass, getting it out of our zone into our forwards' hands. But, you know, it's also feels good to get on the score sheet once in a while, and, you know, we're very happy for him, and the bench obviously is too.
Kris, you mentioned earlier this week how you felt you just wanted a little bit more, better polish, better finish around the net. 8 goals. You had quite a few guys who hadn't scored 5-on-5 in a while who scored tonight. Did you see any better? What did you see better in your finish tonight from your team 5-on-5?
Well, so often goal scoring is about luck. There's absolutely, that has a lot to do with it. You know, if you go dry, it's good goaltending, goal post, missing the net, whatever it is. But tonight also, a lot of credit to our players where I thought they did a heck of a job going to the net. And you look at all the goals that we scored in the first one with Leon, you know, it was a good shot, but it's probably not going in unless we got guys right in front of the net. And I believe it was Perry on that one. And, you know, Holloway's crashing the net, getting a rebound. Nuge went off him. Like, there's so many goals that were just us crashing there. And, you know, you as a coaching staff and the players, you can draw up so many players, but ultimately it's really simple. Just throw pucks and bodies to the net. And I thought we did a good job on not relinquishing the puck. You know, sometimes you can throw it away too often, but tonight I thought our shot selection was good and guys were hungry on that.
One more here from Cam Tate, reading off his phone. If this win were a Valentine's Day gift, what would it be?
Every victory is sweet, so I'll take that.